وقلت السلام عليك يا أبتاه يا رسول الله أتأذن لي أن أدخل أن أكون معكم تحت الكساء؟ قال وعليك السلام يا بنتي ويا بزتي قد أذنت لك فدخلت تحت الكساء. فلما اكتملنا جميعا تحت الكساء أخذ برسول الله بطرف الكساء وما بيد اليمنى إلى السماء وقال اللهم إن هؤلاء أهل البيت وحاستي وهامتي لحمهم لحمي ودمهم دمي يلمني ما يلمهم ويحزنني ما يحزنهم. أنا حرب لمن حاربهم وسلم لمن سالمهم وعدو لمن عاداهم ومحب لمن أحبهم. إنهم مني وأنا منهم فاجعل صلواتك وبركاتك ورحمتك وغفرانك ورضوانك علي وعليهم وأصب عنهم الرجس وطهرهم تطهيرا. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. فقال الله عز وجل يا ملائكتي وسكان السماوات إني ما خلقت السماء مبنيا ولا أرضا مدهيا ولا قمرا منيرا ولا شمسا مضيئا ولا فلكا يدور ولا بحرا يجري ولا فلكا يسري إلا في محبة هؤلاء الخمسة الذين هم تحت الكساء. فقال أمين جبريل يا ربي ومن تحت الكساء؟ فقال عز وجل هم أهل بيت النبوة ومعدن الرسالة هم فاطمة وأبوها وبالها وبنوها. اللهم صل على محمد وآله. فقال جبريل يا ربي أتأذن لي أن أهبط إلى الأرض ليكون معهم سادسا؟ فقال الله نعم قد أذنت لك. فهبط الأمين جبريل وقال السلام عليك يا رسول الله. العلي الأعلى يقرأك السلام ويخصك بالتحية والإكرام ويقول لك وعزتي وجلالي إني ما خلقت السماء مبنية ولا أرضا مدهية ولا قمرا منيرا ولا شمسا مضيئة ولا فلكا يدور ولا بحرا يجري ولا فلكا يسري إلا لأجلكم ومحبتكم وقد أذن لي أن أدخل معكم فهل تأذن لي يا رسول الله؟ فقال رسول الله وعليك السلام يا أمين وحي الله إنه نعم قد أذنت لك. فدخل جبريل معنا تحت الكساء. فقال اليبي إن الله قد أوحى إليكم يقول إنما يريد الله ليذهب عنكم الرجس أهل البيت ويطهركم تطهيرا. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. فقال علي النبي يا رسول الله أخبرني ما لجلوسنا هذا تحت الكساء من فضل عند الله. فقال النبي صلى الله عليه وآله والذي بعثني بالحق نبيا واصطفاني بالرسالة نجيا ما ذكر خبرنا هذا في محفل من محافل أهل الأرض وفيه جمع من شيعتنا محبين إلا ونزلت عليهم الرحمة وحفت بهم الملائكة واستغفرت إلههم يتفرقوا. فقال علي عليه السلام إذن الله فزنا وفاز شيعتنا ورب الكعبة. فقال أبي رسول الله صلى الله عليه وآله يا علي والذي بعثني بالحق نبيا واصطفاني بالرسالة نجيا ما ذكر خبرنا هذا في محفل من محافل أهل الأرض وفيه جمع من شيعتنا محبين وفيه من محموم إلا وفرج الله هما ولا محموم إلا وكشف الله هما ولا طالب حاجة إلا وقضى الله حاجته. فقال علي عليه السلام إذن الله فزنا وسعدنا وكذلك شيعتنا فازوا وسعدوا في الدنيا والآخرة ورب الكعبة. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. سورة البركة الفاتحة.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان اللعين الرجيم. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. ياسين والقرآن الحكيم إنك لمن المرسلين على صراط مستقيم. تنزيل العزيز الرحيم لتنذر قوما ما أنذر آباؤهم فهم غافلون. لقد حق القول على أكثرهم فهم لا يؤمنون. إنا جعلنا في أعناقهم أغلالا فهي إلى الأذقان فهم مقمحون. وجعلنا من بين أيديهم سدا ومن خلفهم سدا فأغشيناهم فهم لا يبصرون. وسواء عليهم أأنذرتهم أم لم تنذرهم لا يؤمنون. إنما تنذر من اتبع الذكر وخشي الرحمن بالغيب فبشره بمغفرة وأجر كريم. إنا نحن نحيي الموت ونكتب ما قدموا وآثارهم وكل شيء أحصيناه في إمام مبين. واضرب لهم مثلا أصحاب القرية إذ جاء المرسلون إذ أرسلنا إليهم اثنين فكذبوهما فعززنا بثالث فقالوا إن إليكم مرسلون. قالوا ما أنتم إلا بشر مثلنا وما أنزل الرحمن من شيء إن أنتم إلا تكذبون. قالوا ربنا يعلم إن إليكم لمرسلون وما علينا إلا البلاغ المبين. قالوا إن تطيرنا بكم لئن لم تنتهوا لنرجمنكم وليمسنكم منا عذاب أليم. قالوا طائركم معكم أئن ذكرتم بل أنتم قوم مسرفون. وجاء من أقصى المدينة رجل يسعى قال يا قوم اتبعوا المرسلين اتبعوا من لا يسألكم أجرا وهم مهتدون. وما لي لا أعبد الذي فطرني وإليه ترجعون. أتخذ من دونه آلهة يردن الرحمن بضر لا تغني عني شفاعتهم شيئا ولا ينقذون. إني إذا لفي ضلال مبين. إني آمنت بربكم فاسمعون. قيل ادخل الجنة قال يا ليت قومي يعلمون بما غفر لي ربي وجعلني من المكرمين. وما أنزلنا على قومه من بعدهم من جند من السماء وما كنا منذرين. إن كانت إلا صيحة واحدة فإذا هم خامدون. يا حسرة على العباد ما يأتيهم من رسول إلا كانوا به يستهزئون. ألم يروا كم أهلكنا قبلهم من القرون أنهم إليهم لا يرجعون. وإن كل لما جميع لدينا محضرون. وآية لهم الأرض الميتة أحييناه وأخرجنا منها حبا فمنها يأكلون. وجعلنا فيها جنات من نخيل وأعناب وفجرنا فيها من العيون ليأكلوا من ثمر وما عملته أيديهم أفلا يشكرون سبحان الذي خلق الأزواج كلها مما تنبت الأرض ومن أنفسهم ومما لا يعلمون وآية لهم الليل نسلخ منه النهار فإذا هم مظلمون والشمس تجري لمستقر له ذلك تقدير العزيز العليم والقمر قدرناه منازل حتى عاد كالأرجون القديم لا الشمس ينبغي لها أن تدرك القمر ولا الليل سابق النهار وكل في فلك يسبحون وآية له أن حملنا ذريتهم في الفلك المشحون وخلقنا لهم من مثله ما يركبون وإن نشأ نغرقهم فلا صريخ لهم ولهم ينقذون إلا رحمة منا ومتاعا إلى حين وإذا قيل لهم اتقوا ما بين أيديكم وما خلفكم لعلكم ترحمون وما تأتيهم من آيات ربهم إلا كانوا عنها مؤرضين وإذا قيل لهم أنفقوا مما رزقكم الله قال الذين كفروا للذين آمنوا أنطعم من لو يشاء الله أطعمه إن أنتم إلا في ضلال مبين ويقولون متى هذا الوعد إن كنتم صادقين ما ينظرون إلا صيحة واحدة تأخذهم وهم يخصمون فلا يستطيعون توصية ولا إلى أهلهم يرجعون ونفخ في الصور فإذا هم من الأجداث إلى ربهم ينسلون قالوا يا ويلنا من بعثنا من مرقدنا هذا ما وعد الرحمن وصدق المرسلون إن كانت إلا صيحة واحدة فإذا هم جميع لدينا محضرون فاليوم لا تظلم نفس شيئا ولا تجزون إلا ما كنتم تعملون إن أصحاب الجنة اليوم في شغل فاكهون هم وأزواجهم في ظلال على الأرائك متكئون لهم فيها فاكهة ولهم ما يدعون سلام قولا من رب رحيم وامتازوا اليوم أيها المجرمون ألم أعهد عليكم يا بني آدم أن لا تعبدوا الشيطان إنه لكم عدو مبين وأن اعبدوني هذا صراط مستقيم ولقد أضل منكم جبلا كثيرا أفلم تكونوا تأكلون هذه جهنم الذي كنتم توعدون اصلوها اليوم بما كنتم تكفرون اليوم نختم على أفواههم وتكلمنا أيديهم وتشهد أرجلهم بما كانوا يكسبون ولو نشاء لطمسنا على أعينهم فاستبقوا الصراط فأنى يبصرون ولو نشاء لمسخناهم على مكانتهم فما استطاعوا مضيا ولا يرجعون ومن يؤمره نركسه في الخلق أفلا يأكلون وما علمناه شعر وما ينبغي له إن هو إلا ذكر وقرآن مبين لينذر من كان حيا وهك القول على الكافرين أولم يروا أن خلقنا لهم مما عملت أيدينا أنعاما فهم لها مالكون وذللناها لهم فمنها ركوبهم ومنها يأكلون ولهم فيها منافع ومشارب أفلا يشكرون واتخذوا من دون الله آلهة لعلهم ينصرون لا يستطيعون نصرهم وهم لهم جند مهزرون فلا يحزنك قولهم إننا نعلم ما يسرون وما يعلنون أولم يرى الإنسان أن خلقنا من نطفة فإذا هو خصيم مبين وضرب لنا مثلا ونسي خلقه قال من يحيي العظام وهي رميم قل يحيي الذي أنشأها أول مرة وهو بكل خلق عليم الذي جعل لكم من الشجر الأخضر نارا فإذا أنتم منه توقدون أوليس الذي خلق السماوات والأرض بقادر على أن يخلق مثلهم بلى وهو الخلاق العليم إنما أمره إذا أراد شيئا أن يقول له كن فيكون فسبحان الذي بيده ملكوت كل شيء وإليه ترجعون. سورة المباركة الفاتحة.
محمد صلوات اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته.
For the honor of Ali ibn Musa Ridha alayhi salam, recite a salawat ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. لا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين. الحمد لله الذي جعل الحمد مفتاحا لذكره والسببا للمزيد من فضله ودليلا على آلائه وعظمته. ثم الصلاة والسلام على خير خلقه وحبيبه حافظ سره ومبلغ رسالاته حبيب إله العالمين أبي القاسم المصطفى محمد وعلى أهل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين المعصومين المكرمين سيما بقية الله في السماوات والأراضين روحي وأرواحنا وأرواح العالمين لتراب مقدمه الفداء. قال الله تبارك وتعالى في القرآن الكريم: كيف تكفرون بالله وكنتم أمواتا فأحياكم ثم يميتكم ثم يحييكم ثم إليه ترجعون. صدق الله العلي العظيم. For the honor of Mawlana Sayyidina Rasulullah and his immaculate progeny Ahlul Bayt, recite the salawat ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad. Congratulations on the auspicious and blessed occasion of the anniversary of the wilada of our 8th Old Holy Imam, Imam Ali, son of Musa ibn Ja'far, titled Ridha alayhi salam. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us a tawfiq to be worthy of ziyarah of Imam Ridha alayhi salam, and also to be a recipient of his intercession and shafa'ah, and to follow his teaching and his message in dunya, and to be inshallah in his company, and to be inshallah with him in the day of judgment with the salawat ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad. Month of Dhul Qa'dah, we have an anniversary of the wilada of this of 8th Imam in this month, and also at the end of the month of Dhul Qa'dah we have the shahada of the son of the Imam alayhi salam, Imam Muhammad al-Taqi al-Jawad alayhi salatu wassalam. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. And then of course with the coming of the month of Dhul Hijjah, we have one of the most important day of celebration, Eid al-Adha, and of course Eid al-Ghadir. And will inshallah, Allah give us the tawfiq to be able to celebrate and to honor Eid al-Ghadir the way that it's supposed to be honored and celebrated. And today inshallah we take advantage of the time we have that we gathered here to celebrate the wilada of our 8th Imam. We're talking about a letter which it encompasses a very important message from Imam Ridha to his followers. In this letter, Imam sent to Abdul Azim Hassani. Abdul Azim Hassani is one of the very respected and honorable Sadat who experienced the life of 4 Imam. Imam Musa ibn Ja'far, Imam al-Ridha, Imam Muhammad al-Taqi, and Imam Ali al-Naghi. And he is buried in the city of Ray. And in his lifetime, he was honored by the Imams alayhi salam as well. He was referred to as one of the Waliullah, one of the Awliya Allah, a man of respect and integrity, and also a narrator of hadith himself. So in one of the letters that Imam sent to him, Imam gives a list of expectation that he has from his Shia. We have a lot of books, a lot of sermons, a lot of hadith by the different Ahlul Bayt, by different of Imams, regarding what are the expectation of Shia, what are the criteria to follow, and probably I've talked about some of the ahadith myself here. But this one is specifically a standout because Imam is dealing with a different kind of animosity at his lifetime. If we can see at the time of Bani Umayyah and beginning of Bani Abbas, the goal and the purpose of the oppressors and dictators of Bani Umayyah and Bani Abbas was to physically delete the presence of the Imam. So even if it means to send an army to face and attack them, or imprison them, or in any way an impossible means to limit their physical access. That was the mentality of a lot of dictators in the human history. But there is a beautiful statement by Noam Chomsky, probably you heard of him, a very well-known thinker, American linguist. He's also commentators on politics, and also when it comes to sociology, he has a lot of opinions on that matter. He has a book called, which a lot of Muslims probably are familiar with, because a lot of his ideas are thought-provoking and aligned with a lot of principles that we stand for. Is a book called Fabrication of Consensus, which in this book he talks about ideas such as democracy, talks about the power of majority, and also talks about norms, about what is being socially accepted, socially promoted. And he has one very famous quote and phrase that it's very applicable to look at the life of the Imam Ridha from that perspective. He's very critical of a lot of Western values. He talks about, as a linguist, he talks about that how many terminologies are being misused in Western media. Is a very big critical of mass media and propaganda. And one thing that he says about democracy versus dictatorship, he said, propaganda to democracy is what is violence for dictatorship. Dictators would use violence in order to set people, to force people to submit to them. That's the ideology of a lot of dictators. To, as I said, physically delete someone, remove someone from the picture. As we can see what happened to a lot of people, a lot of protesters in Saudi Arabia as an example, or in Bahrain. That's the way a lot of dictators in human history, they were using violence as a method, or what we've seen in Africa today in many countries. But propaganda and democracy is that you use media as a tool to align people with your agenda. It's not that they know what they're supporting. Unknowingly, unconsciously, they approve of the wrong that you're doing. How you do that? With subliminal messaging, with manipulating consensus, and to pushing your agenda forward. So we're not here to shout fake news or any of that, by the way. But we're here to talk about that in reality, the trend are controlled by people who are creating the flow. And in the time of Imam Ridha, that happened, by the way. So violence was replaced by propaganda, or at least was mixed with it. Because when you look at the beginning of Bani Umayyah, Abdul Malik Marwan is a very vicious man. He's a killer, he's a sadist. And the time of Imam Musa ibn Ja'far, we see that Harun al-Rashid and the predecessors of Bani Abbas, they're dealing with imprisoning our seventh Imam for 7 to 14 years in prison. But when it comes to Ma'mun, he's dealing with a different issue. Why? Because he's not a very good dictator in his place. Because according to the tradition of dictators, the oldest son has to be the one that is coming from the legitimate marriage. He has to be the one as a successor, the one who will inherit the throne. But Ma'mun was not the case. Ma'mun is the one who killed his own brother Amin in order to earn the position of Khilafah. So what he did, he mixed that violence that he used to kill his own brother, bring the head of his brother to his palace, and ask every soldier to curse his brother, the head of his brother. And eventually then kill the leader of his army, the one who sent that to defeat his brother. Kill him because he said, I cannot stand the killer of my brother walking before me. The same person he ordered to fight against his brother, he killed him too. Now he was looking for acceptability among people, acceptance, some form of legitimate acceptance for his power among people. So people, they call Alawiyun, they were rebelling in Medina already. People were unhappy. Bani Abbas were also unhappy because Ma'mun replaced his brother. So they did not find him worthy to be in the position of Khalifa. So a lot of people are unhappy with him. So what he did, he used propaganda. By force, he brought Imam Reza alayhi salam to Khurasan. By force, literally with threats, forced him to accept the position of being the wali'ad or the successor, in order to say, you know, that Alawiyun, that you want to rebel against me, see, Imam Reza is with me. See that this man that you thought he is a man of iman and taqwa, he is also looking for power, he is power thirsty, he is looking for position as well. But of course his propaganda at the end backfired because he was forced to poison Imam Reza alayhi salam because he didn't succeed. But this is also a lesson for us that we have to be very careful about what we are consuming and what our children are consuming. So when we see this clash of cultures, when we see the issue of people putting their faith before their values or their values before their faith, is the reason that where we gain and earn our principles, our responsibility, our gender role, where we gain that from. You know, when we talk about organ donation, when we talk about inheritance, when we talk about the role of husband and wife, where we get that standard that we follow. How many times we can say our generation, especially the generation that they're raised in this time and this place, they're getting it from Quran, they're getting it from their religion, before they're getting it from the mass media. If on average every person they watch, let's say, 1 hour of TV per day, which I doubt for younger generation that could be even true. Let's assume they watch only 1 hour per day. It means how many hours per week? 7. How many hours per month if the month is 4 weeks, let's say? 28 hours of receiving subliminal messaging. You know, what is the meaning of being good? How to react in certain circumstances. If somebody came to you and said something that according to your religion is unacceptable, immoral, how to treat it, how to react. There's all is being said, right? And all these TV shows, again, I encourage you to read about them. There's no reason to watch them in order to know. A lot of TV shows, I did not watch them, but I read about them. It's like somebody I know pretty much about every plot, because if you look at them, a lot of people's frame by frame, they examine them. From the well-known viral TV shows and sitcoms to movies and reality shows. And you will see them that after a certain popular TV show, the acceptance of people toward a certain immoral act start to increase. Because in that TV show, it was shown as something not very, considered to be unethical or unacceptable. A TV show has that power. That's the reason we have to use it in a proper way. It's not something that we are against any form of, usage of modern media and social media. We're not promoting Amish lifestyle. But at the same time, now let's put this 28 hours of consuming this kind of material next to how many times we read a book or we think about our religion and the teaching of ethical and moral values of our faith per day. If I say 5 minutes, is that generous? 5 minutes per day, we think about it properly. So 5 minutes per day, it means almost half an hour per week. And it becomes 1.5 hours, or let's say 2 hours. 2 hours per month. So how 2 hours can compete with 28 hours? From the quantity and quality, because even the quality of it is, when I talk about ethical and moral values of Islam, is a very monologue tone, with just, you have to be very, very good at listening. You should not be a visual learner. The impact of listening is different from what you watch, right? So it's a very limited output compared with the 28 hours of millions of dollars invested in that, CGI and technology and the storytelling, and literally psychologists, sociologists sitting to talk about how to create this scenario to make it appealing, when we give it a twist that make people basically keep them on hook, keep them attracted to the story. There's a lot of investment in that. That's the reason, the part that everybody skip, the last part. What is the last part that everybody skip of every movie and TV show? Credits, right? How many people you see in that credits? The bigger the movie and the bigger is the project, the more, the longer is the credits. It means it's all the efforts you put into it. And we should not be surprised that when we don't have that, at least, let's say, comparably a bit close of that amount of effort in what we want to do, who's going to win? In Battle of Uhud, we talked about this a few years ago, I believe. In the Battle of Uhud, Messenger of Allah is on one side. Ali ibn Abi Talib, Hamza Sayyid al-Shuhada. Imagine all the people, the best of the creation of Allah is on one side, and the other side you have you have Abu Sufyan, and you have the pagans of Mecca. But if you don't put the efforts that you have to, what happened at the end of the Battle of Uhud? Who lost? Muslims. They neglected the amount of efforts they have to put in order to protect the area, the region they must have been protecting. They gave up. They were distracted by the war booties and the souvenirs. The enemies came and attacked them. Almost Rasulullah was killed. Ali ibn Abi Talib received more than 70 form of injuries in one battle. Hamza Sayyid al-Shuhada and many other Muslims were killed. A win battle ended up being a lost battle. Even if the Messenger of Allah is there. So if you don't put the effort, you should not expect victory. There's a tradition by Imam Ridha alayhi salatu wassalam. Imam alayhi salam said, there are some people who are making fun of themselves. They're joking. They're not even serious. It means that in their claim, they're not truthful. One of them is the one who asks Allah for tawfiq. They pray to Allah to give him the opportunity, the ability to do the good work, but they're not ready to work for the tawfiq. They're not able to put the efforts for it. Imam Ridha said, this person is making fun of themselves. This joking is istihza. The one who makes dua and does not go for the dua is making fun of themselves. The one who do istighfar with their tongue, they say astaghfirullah, but they're not changing anything about their action. They still do the sin. Their action is still the same. They don't regret the sin and the crime they committed. Imam said they're making fun of themselves. It's ridiculous to even think about it. That's the reason even kufr, disbelief, denial of God, if they put the effort for it, they will reap the benefit. They will. In akhirah, yes, in akhirah there's nothing for them. Amilatun nasiba. For the disbeliever, for the kafir, in akhirah there's nothing because they did not do anything for it. They did not believe in it to begin with. But in dunya, whatever they work for, they'll see the result. And if you are the believer and you believe in all the holy and most sacred concept of belief that you believe in, but you're not doing any work, you should not expect to win. Accomplishment and achievement come from work. Come from dedication. Comes from sacrifice. That's the reason at the beginning of Islam, all the well-known scientists and the scholars of astronomy, chemistry were Muslims. Because the ideology was embedded by the teaching of the Prophet, still was alive. And the Imams did their best to keep it alive. Shaykh Tusi, he's the founder of Huseini in Najaf, the Islamic Seminary of Najaf, is more than 1,000 years old, Huseini Najaf. The one who founded was Shaykh Tusi. He had a big library in Baghdad, but they burned it to the ground. He did not give up. He came to Najaf and started Huseini Najaf. A man who was unstoppable to acquire knowledge. If you close one door, he will look for another one. That was the mentality. When that mentality was replaced by the mentality of people who believe in Jabr, we are meant to be this way. If Allah meant us to know, we will know. There is no reason for you to struggle that much. In the name of being content and qani', they push us and push the mentality of laziness. That is the moment we lost the ground. The Muslim Ummah replaced the scholars and scientists with the pseudo-Sufis. The one who just claim that they know the path to salvation. And anybody who was struggling to find answers, أَفَلَا يَنْظُرُونَ إِلَى الْإِبِلِ كَيْفَ خُلِقَتْ وَإِلَى السَّمَاءِ كَيْفَ رُفِعَتْ وَإِلَى الْجِبَالِ كَيْفَ نُصِبَتْ. Imagine, do we need a more clear verse than this in Quran that Allah said, go and observe. And when they talk about scientific studies and scientific experimentation, observation is one of the steps of a scientific study. You have to observe carefully with details. Allah said, go look at biology of anatomy of animals. أَفَلَا يَنْظُرُونَ إِلَى الْإِبِلِ كَيْفَ خُلِقَتْ وَإِلَى السَّمَاءِ كَيْفَ رُفِعَتْ. Look at the heavens. See how we built it. Go know the details. وَإِلَى الْأَرْضِ كَيْفَ سُطِحَتْ. So astronomy is there. Geology. وَإِلَى الْأَرْضِ كَيْفَ سُطِحَتْ. How did we build this earth? Oceanography, geology, all is included. وَإِلَى الْجِبَالِ كَيْفَ نُصِبَتْ. It was pushed us to study them, but instead mankind, and especially Muslim, unfortunately replaced it with laziness in some areas. And thanks to colonization, thanks to the istimar of the Western powers, they were able to embed more corrupted cultures among us. We are the one to be blamed. We have a hadith by Imam al-Huseini alayhi salatu wassalam. So a madloom, somebody who is oppressed, is also a zalim if they let the oppression takes place. If you stand and watch dhulm is happening and you do nothing, you are a culprit in that crime. That's the reason when we say Ya Huseini madloom, the word madloom, in this definition, in the context of knowing that Imam Hussein did not watch when they attacked him and his family. He stood until the last blood and the last breath. That we see when the enemies are starting attacking the camp of Imam al-Hussein, Imam tried to stand and he leaned on his sword and he said, "Oh people, if you're not Muslim, at least be free men. That as long as I am alive, how you dare attack my family?" This is the spirit of Hussein. Oh, I'm not here, I'm madloom, let them do whatever they want, let's do nothing. We don't start, we don't initiate the battle. As Imam Ali did not do it in the battle of Jamal. He told the soldiers, wait, we're not here to start. If they wanted to pass that red line, if they want to start the aggression, then we are here to defend. But we're not initiating anything. So this is the message of Imam Ridha alayhi salam, becoming familiar with propaganda. We cannot be careless about it. Just understand that every majority does not represent the truth. Number does not represent the truth. Never. كم من فئة قليلة غلبت فئة كثيرة بإذن الله. Number is not a causation between haqq, truth, and between numbers, quantity. That sometimes the people with the smallest number, they are the one that they are victorious. And as Shia, we're proud to have the example of Imam Hussein to look up to. So in this letter, let me inshallah finish with that. In this letter, Imam Ridha sent to Abdul Azim Hassani. He is one of the descendants of Imam al-Hassan. That's the reason his name is Abdul Azim Hassani. Imam al-Islam addressed him that to send this letter and this message to those who love Imam Ridha alayhi salam, the one who are Shia of Imam Ridha alayhi salam. So what are the points that Imam made in that letter? Number one, Imam said, Ya Abdul Azim, send my salam to my followers. وَقُلْ لَهُمْ, and tell them. So this letter, the same way we look at the letters of Imam Ali and Nahj al-Balagha, and we have to imagine that we are addressed by the Imam because we are as much as the Shia of Imam Ali that they were the Shia of Imam Ali when he was alive. Because the one that in our ideology, the one who were killed in the path of Allah, they're not dead. They're alive. Their message must be alive. If Allah talks about Adam and Yusuf and Sulaiman and all the messengers of Allah and said learn from them, we have to learn from the teaching of the Imams alayhim salam. That's the message of Quran, to learn from the message of the people of the past, the righteous people. So in this letter, Imam alayhi salam said, number one, after saying the salam to them, it said, لا يجعلوا للشيطان على أنفسهم سبيلا. The first expectation, the first lesson of Imam Ridha for his Shia in this letter, Imam said, Abdul Azim, tell my Shias and my followers that do not let shaitan find a path of breach to your soul. لا يجعلوا للشيطان على أنفسهم سبيلا. We just recited Surah Yasin. In Surah Yasin, Allah talks about to understand that you have to know your enemy. If you don't know your enemy, you are susceptible to be attacked, to be held off guard, to eventually lose the battle. And one of your greatest enemy, Allah said, Alam ahad ilaykum ya bani Adam, Allah ta'budu shaitan, innahu lakum aduwwun mubin. Didn't you make a covenant, a promise with God in the world of particles, in the alam al-dhar, that you are not going to obey shaitan. Ta'budu shaitan, worship one means obey. You say you're not going to follow, obey shaitan. Indeed, he is a clear enemy for you. وَأَنِ اعْبُدُونِي, obey me. هَذَا صِرَاطٌ مُسْتَقِيمٌ. This is the straight path. So Imam is saying, based on this ayah, the first expectation of the Imam for the Shia is to know shaitan and close the breach, the possible breach of shaitan. Sabil means a path, a road. By the way, in Quran, there is sirat, which also means path. There's sabil, which also means path. But sirat al-mustaqim is only one, is singular in Quran. Means there is one straight path. Nur in Quran is singular, is one light. But when it comes to misguidance, is dhulumat, they're darknesses. There's not one path of misguidance. One people go too far, ifrat. Some people don't do enough, tafrit. Two type of dhulumat. Some people become takfiri. Some people become, whatever the word they chose for themselves, who literally they mutilate Islam. They take everything away they don't like from Islam, and literally what is left of Islam is their desires. That's it. There's different form of dhulumat. And for shaitan, when it comes to sabil, there's subul in Quran as well. Subul is plural. There are different paths. The way you get to the misguidance, there's not only one way of misguidance. For some people, the path of shaitan means recognize your weaknesses. Fight with shaitan, battle shaitan with your weaknesses. For some people, their weakness could be money. How we know it? Al-insan ala nafsihi basira. We know ourselves. Quran says we know ourselves well. We know where is the pressure point. For some of us, as long as you don't talk about money, we're good. The moment money is involved, is a direct line connected from our heart to our pocket, right? You hurt our pocket, you hurt our heart. For some people, it's not money. They don't care. Money is there or not. There's no reason for you to be religious, by the way. There's some people who are not even religious and they don't care about money. Money is not a big deal. What is important for them is fame. Is their arrogance. Is that what is important. That is the way shaitan deals with them. Takabbur. For some people, it's none of that. It's their eyes. They cannot control the eye. They don't care about the money. They're fine with the other weaknesses of regular human being and their desires. But their eye is their weakness. They cannot control it. For some people, it could be shahwat, lust. And Imam said, recognize which one is yours and try to block it. What we mean by that is that try to understand an antidote for that poison. So for example, if you're dunya, look at the hadith, look at the Quran. So if you are in love with dunya a lot, you care about money too much, go as much as you can to cemeteries. Think about death as much as you can. That's the antidote. The more you're in close proximity with death, that is the cure for it. It will eventually put your look of the dunya in perspective. Your understanding of dunya become in perspective. If you don't think about death as much, the dunya become more bold in your mind. If your tongue is the weakness you have, there is a solution for it. Be quiet. Make a condition that I'm not going to speak for 1 hour. And if I do speak, make a condition. There are very simple solution. The ulama of akhlaq, the ethics teacher, they tell you that, okay, if you want to get rid of a bad habit, a bad akhlaq radhila, sometimes you have to punish yourself. So what do we mean by that? Let's say put a condition, self-conditioning. Said if I speak in the middle of this 1 hour, that I'm trying to, by the way, try to keep an hour that is not necessary for you to speak up. Said if I speak for no reason, I will fast for 1 day. That is a punishment. I'll punish myself with fasting. Or I have to give sadaqah. Like a swearing jar people have, right? Make it that for yourself. Recognize the weakness and work on it, my dear brothers and sisters. Whatever is the weakness, work on that. For example, for people who lust is out of control, they cannot control shahwa. There's a solution. From what you eat, we have the recommendation on that, all the way to the eye, which is we have one of the arrows of shaitan, all the way to if you're single, look for marriage. Try to somehow resolve the issue. That's number one. Imam Rizal said in this letter, لا يجعلوا للشيطان على أنفسهم سبيلا. Close the path of shaitan. You know what it is, work on that. Because if you don't know, shaitan made a promise. Shaitan made a promise that he has to do something with us, not with the kuffar. Not with the kuffar. Kuffar are already they're in the party. Why they have to be invited? If you're already there, why you need an invitation? Quran said, لَأَقْعُدَنَّ صِرَاطَكَ الْمُسْتَقِيمِ. Shaitan said to Allah that I will be sitting on the straight path. I'm hunting for the people who are on the straight path. I'm looking for the good ones. The examples are, Bersisai Abid and Bal'am Ba'ura, all these examples in Quran, Allah talks about them. From the scholars to monks and worshippers, they were misguided by shaitan. That could happen to anyone at any moment, any given moment. Some of the companions of Ahlul Bayt, who at the beginning they were Shia, they were companions, and they changed their side. They changed their side. Abu Muslim al-Khurasani is the one who led the battle against Bani Umayyad. But when he began, he collected people, especially from Khurasan, which has a lot of supporters for the Imam alayhi salam, to fight against Bani Umayyah. But the promise was that we're going to fight to give the position of authority to Ahlul Bayt of the Prophet, the one that they were oppressed. And once they win the battle, what happened? And evil was replaced with evil. Bani Umayyah were replaced by Bani Abbas. They give the power to them. They're an example of people like them. So that's number one. Shaitan, recognize the breach of shaitan, deal with it. Try to fight in our own way. And take baby steps. On daily basis, try to fight it, and every day. We cannot just have cold feet, okay, I'm not going to do this mistake or make this mistake or this weakness from tomorrow. We will have that weakness. Some of our scholars said it takes him years to get rid of arrogance. It takes him, one of the ulama we have saying by him, it took him 20 years to get rid of riyah. The riyah, boasting and showing off and doing something for others, because it's very hidden. When you do something, is it for Allah or for Allah 90% and 10% for people to say good job? 10% for people to compliment me. He said, it took me 20 years to get rid of it. So we have to take it every day. The second one, Imam alayhi salam said, Sidqul lisan wa ada'ul amana. Number 2 and 3, Imam said, my expectation from my Shia and my follower is to be truthful. Sidqul lisan, to say the truth. Imam Sadiq have a similar tradition. From the sign of mu'min is to say the truth even if it's bitter. Imam Ali has said similar hadith that the sign of a true believer is to be with haqq even if it's against your benefit, against your interest. So that's number 2. Number 3, ada'ul amana, return people's trust. These are the subject that probably we heard a lot, but inshallah Allah give us the tawfiq to practice, to adapt. Because it's easy to say return the amana, but it's very difficult when it comes to one of the amana that Allah gave me is my spouse. One amana that Allah gave me is my child. Is the amana, is not mine. Another amana that we have is money. The money we earn is a gift. Allah is the raziq. We're the receiver, so it's the amana. How do I spend it? Because people say, my money, I will spend it whatever way I want. Whatever I desire. But the mu'min knows the malik. He is the malik. He is the owner. Maliki yawmiddin. So that's number 3, ada'ul amana. Number 4 was sukut, silence. Expectation of the Shia is to have silence. Sometimes we need silence. We have that when you stay quiet, that is the moment your soul is able to receive blessing and hikmah. But just understand, right time. When we have to be silent, when we have to speak up. When you are among people, when you're socializing, please don't practice silence. Don't be the odd one that everybody's talking, you're sitting in a corner. Silence is that sometimes, you can spend some time of the day by yourself in silence. It become an addiction. I talk to young people, sometimes when we talk about listening to music, it became an addiction. I ask people that, why you have to listen to music? I said, if I don't, I get asleep. I said, can you be alone with your thoughts for a few minutes? You don't need something just, all the time you have to listen to something. We get addicted. That's just something people have to study with music, sleep with music. And then their justification is, in Australia, they play music for cows in order to increase, the amount of milk that they are producing. It's a good job. That is a good comparison, by the way. The healthy thing is healthy that you're capable of doing it. Yes, and you know that there's psychology into playing music in malls, right? There's a reason. There's studies. When you go to all these shopping malls, and you go to any store, there is music. You go to a coffee shop, there is music. And music that is being selected for that kind of environment. Look it up. There are studies. It's not propaganda. It's not, what they call conspiracy. There are studies about it. That this kind of music, it will, increase the production of this kind of hormone in the body, that it probably increase the chance of people being interested in buying something. Even colors, for example, when you go, I don't want to promote any brand or any store, you see it in a lot of shopping stores. What is the main color you see a lot? Red. Why is that? The psychology for colors, red produce adrenaline. And that is the moment that you become, not bored of shopping, you stay longer there, and the chance of you staying longer is to shopping more. And literally there are tips. There are tips by the millennials how to, because a lot of people shop things that they don't need. One of the solutions they come up with and they put it online is that to make a list, a shopping list, only go when you need something. Don't go just for the sake of shopping because you end up buying something you don't need. Or don't go shopping when you're hungry. Because if you go shopping hungry, pretty much you're going to buy a lot of stuff because you're hungry. So that is the modern way of looking at how to manipulate human being for the sake of consumerism, for the sake of corporation benefit and profit. And I finish with two more, inshallah. Was-sukut, and Imam said, وَتَرْكُ الْجِدَالِ عَمَّا لَا يَعْنِي. My next expectation from Shia is to stay away from jidal, from dispute and argument over matters that there is no point for it. When you go to Hajj season is close. وَلَا جِدَالَ وَلَا فُسُوغَ فِي الْحَجِّ. It is forbidden to involve in any argument or dispute. If you do, you have to pay kafara. And I'm asking you, is that a really important advice of Imam Ridha for our communities? Is that relevant? Is it? I ask you, you be the judge. And the time we want to eat something, how many unnecessary argument we have over a subject that they've been talked about over and over and over. And we know we're not going to change their mind. And they know they're not going to change our mind. And I don't know what we're doing. And the last one, Imam alayhi salam said, to stay away from tamziq of one another. What is tamziq? Is when you tear a paper, when you rip it. So don't tear apart each other. That's the literal translation of the part of the letter. What it means is do not dishonor one another. Do not humiliate one another. That is the last piece of the advice that we can learn from this word of Imam Ridha alayhi salam. That our Shia, they have to be respectful of one another. Do not consider that somebody's reputation and honor is like a paper, then I can throw it out of the window as soon as that I like. I've had this issue in our community, people having difficulty to get married. Said, why some of them have it? Is it a personal issue? No. Their brother made a mistake, they have a problem getting married. Their reputation is being tainted because of somebody else's mistake. Because people talk about it and said it until people said, okay, we have to stay away from this. The parents got divorced for whatever reason. The child has to pay the price. For the sin that I've seen people, somebody was standing in the first line. This happened a few years ago. I was leading the jama'ah, so it's without controlling it, you hear people talking behind you. So before I started the iqamah, I've heard somebody kind of snarking, being condescending, said to the person next to him, who let this guy, it was somebody, a young man, probably in his 30s, standing in it, who let this guy stand in the first line? A few years ago, he was not even praying, now he's in the first line. And I said, which hadith or ayah we have that if somebody, for whatever reason, they were tariq salah or they were not religious, and now, few years ago, that you need a kind of a certificate to be in the first line? Or if I say, astaghfirullah, Allah forgive me, I do the istighfar, do I need also a certificate from people that they have to forgive me too? That is tearing apart. When we tear apart each other, when we disrespect one another, friendships start to decrease. People don't want to be with each other. If all we hear, or majority of what we hear, is negative about one another, who wants to invite somebody like that? Who wants to hang out with people like that? You tell me, who wants to? May Allah inshallah give us the tawfiq to adapt and to listen to the teaching of Imam Ridha alayhi salam, to be mindful of these gems and valuable lessons, that they are relevant. I believe they're as relevant that it could be to our communities today. That they are a cure, they are medicine for the social diseases that we are dealing with. My dear brothers and sisters, for the sake of Imam Ridha, invite one another. invite your friends, invite mu'mineen to your house. It's important to feed fuqara, to feed poor people, but also is being encouraged to invite other mu'mineen to connect and socialize with them in order to decrease loneliness in our communities. People feel alone. Youngsters invite elders, because unfortunately we have some elders that their own family somehow, for some reason, abandoned them. And we can do something about it. Forget about the formalities that it should be this kind of food and expected me to serve the, dessert and something. Forget about that. Just a simple cup of tea or sheer chai or whatever word you use. Right? People are yearning for conversation, for talking, for venting. And if we talk about the negative, if we tear apart each other, nobody is even appealing to invite one another. Do that. Be the one, inshallah, to start a good tradition. That we can, in this culture, there are good cultures of book club and people coming and talking. Let's do that. It's good to have masjid, it's good to have to celebrate the majalis. But we have the hadith that Imam alayhi salam said, may Allah bless those who revive our order. And then they ask how they revive your order. Said they come and sit with each other and they talk about our message. They talk about our lessons, our legacy. So how is that you just start your gathering with saying salawat ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad? That's it. That conversation is blessed with the remembrance of the family of the Prophet and the Prophet. And stay away from the useless argument, as I mentioned. Enjoy the time. We need that. Inshallah, we look for the community who are caring for one another, supporting one another. At the time of need and difficulty, we stand for one another. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us the tawfiq to be worthy of following the Imam of our time, Imam Sahib al-Asr wa Zaman, and to be one of his supporters and one of the helpers in the time of occultation, and inshallah be worthy to be at the time of his reappearance and the end of his occultation as well. Let's say as-salam to Imam Ridha alayhi salam. May Allah inshallah accept the ziyarah of all of the za'ireen of Imam Ridha on these days and night, and also give us the tawfiq to visit Imam Ridha alayhi salam and the rest of the Ahlul Bayt, and to be worthy recipient of the shafa'ah of Ali ibn Musa Raza. Let's say as-salam from distance, and Allah inshallah convey this salam to the holy and sacred dome of Imam Ridha alayhi salam and his Musayliyim. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم السلام عليك يا أبا الحسن يا علي بن موسى أيها الرضا يا ابن رسول الله يا حجة الله على خلقه يا سيدنا ومولانا إنا توجهنا واستشفعنا وتوسلنا بك إلى الله وقدمناك بين يدي حاجاتنا يا وجيها عند الله اشفع لنا. For all those who requested dua, يا وجيها عند الله اشفع لنا عند Allah. For the soul of all marhumin, for the shifa and healing of all those who are sick and ill and requested dua, and also for hastening in the return of Imam of our time, recite Surah Fatiha. But before of that, salawat ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
أفضل السلام محمد وآل محمد يا إمام رضا يا إمام رضا یا امام رضا یا امام رضا یا امام رضا یا امام رضا ہر نفس ہر گھڑی میرے دل سے یہی آ رہی ہے صدا یا امام رضا یا امام تیری عظمت پہ بھلا کیوں نہ دلالت بنتا شیر قالین کا کس طرح نہ زندہ ہوتا ہے حقیقت یہی تیری مرضی میں ہی ہے خدا کی رضا یا امام یا امام رضا یا امام رضا یا امام رضا یا امام غیر ممکن کو یوں ہوتے ہوئے دیکھا ممکن جاگتی آنکھوں سے جنت میں گزارے کے دن اس کو کیا ہو یقین جس نے دیکھا نہیں کبھی روزہ تیرا یا امام رضا یا امام رضا یا امام رضا یا امام رضا وقت کیسا یہ میرے ذہن پہ آیا ہے ابھی جیسے گہوار نے فطرت کو شفا باندھتی تھی ویسے ہی روز و شب باندھتا ہے شفا تیرا صحن شفا یا امام رضا یا امام رضا یا امام رضا یا امام یا امام رضا اب کے مشہد سے جو پلتا ہوں تو میرے محسن سانس لینا مجھے اچھا نہیں لگتا لیکن پھر بھی ہے یہ سکون میں کہیں بھی رہوں دل وہی ہے میرا یا امام رضا یا امام رضا یا امام رضا یا امام یا امام رضا یا نبی سلام علیکم یا علی سلام علیکم حسنین و فاطمہ پر یا نور اللہ صلوات نور حق سے نور احمد سب سے بہتر سب سے امجد ہو درود حق سے بے حد یا رسول اللہ صلوات اللہ یا نبی یا علی حسنین و فاطمہ پر یا نور اللہ صلوات لا فتح إلا علی پر सोया बिस्तरे नबी पर बरकते कदमे नबी पर या ऐनुल्लाह सलावत अलैकुम या नबी सलाम अलैकुम या अली हसनैन और फातिमा पर या नूर अल्लाह या मुहम्मद नाम प्यारा अर्श पर हक ने पुकारा सच पैगंबर है हमारा या नूर अल्लाह सलावत या नबी सलाम अलैकुम या अली अलैकुम हसन तेमा पर या नूर अल्लाह सलावत अफजल सलाम محمد وآل محمد. Brothers and sisters, Assalamu alaikum. On behalf of the entire community on this auspicious occasion of the celebration of the birth of our 8th Imam, Imam Ali al-Ridha, we send our heartiest congratulations to the entire community. May Allah, inshallah, give us the opportunity to visit His shrine and the shrine of all Ahlul Bayt, inshallah. I'd like to thank very much Shaikh Ahmad Moderras, as always, for gracing us and for sharing his knowledge with us. May inshallah continue to bless you, inshallah, and keep you amongst us, inshallah. Allahumma salli ala. Inshallah, the program for the rest of the evening, if everything goes according to plan, is that we'll have dinner, inshallah, before namaz. And after dinner, then we'll congregate for Maghrib namaz, inshallah. So we'll end the program today. And then for anybody that's not receiving our emails for the upcoming programs, please let me know and we can add you to the email list. We've sent out the programs for the rest of the month of August, inshallah. So if you do need that, please let me know. Let's end the program with ziyarat, inshallah. Muhammad wa ala Muhammad, salawat.
السلام عليك يا أبا عبد الله وعلى الأرواح التي حلت بفنائك عليك مني سلام الله أبدا ما بقيت وبقي الليل والنهار ولا جعل الله آخر عهد مني لزيارتكم. السلام على الحسين وعلى علي بن الحسين وعلى أولاد الحسين وعلى أصحاب الحسين جميعا ورحمة الله وبركاته. السلام عليك يا مولاي يا غريب الغرباء السلطان أبا الحسن مولانا علي بن موسى الرضا كن شفيعنا شفيع والدينا في يوم الجزاء ورحمة الله وبركاته. السلام عليك يا مولاي يا صاحب العصر والزمان الأمان الأمان الأمان. السلام عليك يا خليفة الرحمن السلام عليك يا شريك القرآن السلام عليك يا كعبة الإيمان. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. اللهم كن لوليك الحجة ابن الحسن صلوات عليه وعلى آبائه في هذه الساعة وفي كل ساعة وليا وحافظا وقائدا وناصرا ودليلا وعينا حتى تسكنه أرضك طوعا وتمتعه فيها طويلا برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
Any friends, family friends? Friends that you go often, you visit one another? That's good.
اعوذ باللہ من الشیطان الرجیم بسم اللہ الرحمن الرحیم ان اللہ و ملائکتہ یصلون علی النبی یا ایھا الذین آمنوا صلوا علیہ وسلموا تسلیما صلی علی محمد و علی